Hi guys, welcome to the DriveLife Podcast. I'm very pleased today to be at the Motorist, as usual, and joined by long-term friend of mine and Motorist stalwart, I think, for want of a better phrase, Mr. Alec Howarth.
Well, indeed, got a bit of history here, but you say friend, Jim. I mean, you've known you so long. That,
acquaintance.
Yeah, really, you're just there.
Thanks.
But yeah,
great to have you, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, return victim, my first return victim for the pod.
Indeed. I can't remember the first one. I think it was
May 24, I believe.
May 24. Oh, so long ago. Yeah. I was far less grey and thinner then, I'm sure.
I'll leave that with you. Great to have you back. And I think, I wouldn't say pick up where we left off last time, because I think we covered most of your car history. For those of you who haven't seen it.
Yeah, episode 13, I think it was, where it was just talking a little bit about, some of the cars I've had in the past. Some of them I've loved, some of them I've not, etc. But
if you cut you in half, you'd have Alfa Romeo written through you.
Yeah,
like
it seems to be. I don't know whether it's quite an addiction or an affliction, but I tend to have suffered and longingly having owned numerous, I think best part of 20 Alfa Romeos in the past. But love the mark, love the brand, love what it represents, and more importantly than that, love the cars. So.
And you've still got 3 on your drive at the minute?
Yeah. So 4C, Giulietta, Cloverleaf, and a Mito.
Yeah, so the Mito you bought for your son for his birthday?
Mito, yeah.
Has he had a chance to drive it yet?
Not too much. Too much. Yeah. He very cleverly, I think, thought that if he's going to get me to buy him a car, then if he says a Mito and an Alfa Romeo, then he's got 5. He's pushing water downhill rather than trying to capture it.
He's not daft, is he?
No.
I wonder who he takes.
But I do like it. Very nice. It's a Lusso edition. Got all the chrome. It looks the part, and it's quite a nice dive. So I'm quite happy that he's not using it that much.
So the tables will turn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. What's been happening since we last saw you? Because it's nearly a year ago, and I know a lot of water's gone under the bridge, and a lot of things have moved on. So do you want to explain to our listeners?
Probably best part of 18 months ago plus. But yeah, I mean, my involvement with the Motorist is far less. So when we last spoke, listeners, I was managing director of Harrison Spinks events, of which the Motorist is one of those venues. During the summer, started taking a backward step in terms of my operational involvement with the Motorist, and Dan Spinks, the chairman's son, now runs the Motorist. I'm still on hand and offer a little bit of advice, stroke opinion when required, and very much act as a sort of like ambassador for the Motorist, because I dearly love the venue and having some association, but. 3 years at the Motorist was a good time to have, taking the Motorist from what it was in terms of what it is now, giving it a little bit more public process. And, the deal with the chairman was also always to get involved, sort of like, get the place recognised a little bit more and then get Dan more involved. So those objectives have been met, and, time to come to the Motorist as a guest and enjoy the facilities that are here rather than getting hassled and worrying about it too much. But dearly love the venue, and still come here. I live fairly locally, so it's good to pop over for a couple of hours. My kids still work here, which is great as well. So still come and support the quiz night every other Wednesday.
Very glad to hear it.
And as I say, we tend to not do particularly well, but it's a great evening. And bigging up Jim here, but Jim as quizmaster got him involved a couple of years ago now, probably.
There's a lot of quizzes going under the bridge. Yeah. I can't honestly remember.
He keeps moaning at me about having to think about 40 questions and how difficult it is. Honestly, I mean,
it's hard.
But great night, and it really is a good night for a Wednesday, and certainly in the winter months, cheers up those dark and dank winter evenings to come for a quiz night and a pizza and a couple of pints.
So. And of course, now this new league has been sponsored by DriveLife. So thanks to DriveLife for doing that.
Yeah, indeed.
As we're recording this, we had a quiz last night. Place was packed.
It was great to see. I mean, you couldn't, driving here, you couldn't see, much more than 10 or 15 yards in front of the bonnet with thick fog, and turn around the corner and see a full car park and a full restaurant was fantastic news. So I think it shows the interest that people have in the quiz, and it really does get competitive. Some of the teams
Yeah, I find it quite amusing how people have got their own little WhatsApp group.
I know, it's fantastic. People are sending messages about, a Facebook post or something that's come up in the news about who's the fastest time on the Formula One qualifying or whatever it is. And but it does get competitive. And, I must admit, there's always a little bit of a wry chuckle when, Jim maybe is a little bit ambiguous with the question or there's something to query.
Believe it or not, I am human. I do occasionally get it slightly wrong. Not wrong, just different.
But if there is an ambiguous question or whatever, then people let him know.
Yeah. I've got thick skin. Don't care anymore. So just going back to your association with the chairman at the Motorist, you've got another hobby that you've taken up with him now, haven't you?
Yes, that you don't actually share with me quite to the same degree.
I'll be honest with you, I was going to say a little bit older than me, but I think with this hobby, it's a lot older. I'm still young at heart. I'm still 18 in my head. You've got into classic cars.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I suppose I've always had an interest and a passion for anything automotive. But I do like that classic era, and veteran and vintage. But and the idiots.
Can I say it suits you?
Thank you. Well, since the beard has gone grey, yeah. But no, I think it's something I've always had an interest in. I suppose growing up at my parents owned garages, and my dad was always into sort of like older cars, and it's always kept a little bit of an interest and intrigue for me. And I suppose, quite a few years ago now, 3 or 4 years ago, during COVID, I bought a 1972 Fiat 500, which had imported from Rome, and absolutely adored that car. So that was the first kind of like little bit of toe in the water in classic cars. But about 12, not long after the podcast actually that I'd last did here, I bought myself a MGTC, a 1946 MGTC, and much as I've tried viewers to and listeners to get Jim involved in the classic car world, it really hasn't worked. So it's just not your bag, is it?
No, I've still got the need for speed, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but
I'm not afraid.
I think motoring in general though is something that it's good to enthuse with people, and the amount of interest that car gets.
I've nothing against it. It's just not for me at this moment in time.
Speed is certainly not something you'd associate with it.
Far from it. Yeah. I think you get above 50 miles an hour and every bit starts to wobble. And that's me, not the car.
Yeah, it's on wire wheels, knockoff wire wheels, and I think a lot of mountain bikes have got wider wheels than that.
Yeah,
so
it's interesting. Sure,
indeed. Yeah,
its cornering characteristics are
absolutely kart suspension on the front as well as the back.
Something to behold.
I need to actually get it up on ramps and get a bit of linseed oil on the wooden chassis before I take it out again in the coming months. But love it. Do love it.
I'll get you some wood preservative. So just going back to your Fiat 500.
Yes.
That is a beautiful looking car. Mm-hmm. What's the colour? It's
called Celestial Blue.
It's a really pale blue.
Yeah, it's sort of like a sky blue colour. It's it's a lovely little thing. It's the original 499cc 2-cylinder, no synchromesh gearbox. It is without question, even compared to the MG or various Alphas I've had, the most unreliable car I've ever owned. Absolutely, yeah. I don't think I've ever completed a journey much longer than 5 or 10 miles without having to be towed home. But
I remember driving it for you, saying driving, it was on a tow rope, not under its own steam, when you moved house.
Yeah.
And to say is bijou the correct term for it? It's bloody tiny inside. Yeah. I genuinely had to wind down the side window, then open the
quarter light,
to put my arm out and back in to be able to steer it. Yeah, because I couldn't get my arm inside it to be able to steer it.
The beauty of it is it's got one of those sardine can sunroofs, so you can put the sunroof back, so at least the top of your head can come out.
You can actually put your head above the windscreen. But beautiful thing.
I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing to do because it's got no. I think it had 14 horsepower when it was built, and it's clearly lost quite a few of those.
Lost most of them.
Currently, it's lost most of them, actually, all of them, because I need to redo the fuel lines because they're all corroded up. But anyhow, it with the no synchromesh gearbox, it really is. If you get any form of an incline and you get your gear change wrong, so you're having to crunch it, you literally stop. But it's good fun. We had all four of us, so myself, my wife, and my 2 kids in it, and went for actually, it did make that journey. We got about 25 miles that journey, and shoehorn the kids into the back of it, and it was just hilarious. Well, I don't think I've laughed so much in a long time.
We'll have to find that photograph and put it on the poll. But yeah, it is a funny photograph. Yeah. Anyway, we'll find that and put it on. But moving on then from classics.
Quickly, swiftly.
So we do go back quite a way. Yeah. And one of my really memorable trips we did was a trip to Le Mans, the 24-hour car race.
You say memorable, Jim?
Yeah, to be fair,
I can't really remember very much of it at all.
I remember the drive there, some of the drive home. Yeah.
The drive home was painful, I remember that.
Yeah. I believe it was 2009. I'll probably get it wrong because I get most dates wrong.
It would have been, yeah. I mean, it certainly would have been. I'm trying to think in terms of what I was doing professionally at the time. But yeah, it would have been late 2000, 2009, 2010, definitely.
Yeah, there was about 20 of us went down, a big group of us.
Yeah, I think it was about 10 or 14 cars, possibly.
Yeah, really eclectic mix of people. Had a fantastic time. As I say, very vague and hazy. Mm-hmm. I think my lasting memory of that was I crawled out of my tent at, I have no idea what time it was, and started walking towards the shower block to try and wake myself up. And I heard a zip go on a tent, and I believe it was Anton who was sharing a tent with you. And this head popped out and went, couldn't speak. And then I heard a bottle of beer open. I thought, God, he's on it already. And then the other hand came out with a toothbrush, and he dipped the toothbrush in and brushed his teeth on. That's just It was one of those weekends that was just, it was, I think it was quite formative for sort of like car trips and road trips, certainly for me and the guys I went with. And went with a couple of school friends and a friend I've met who, through work, through careers, etc. And I had a 156 GTA sport wagon at the time, and we got 4 of you in there.
We got 4 of us in
with all
it.
your camping gear.
All the camping gear. It was a sport wagon. It was an estate, ideal family car. And off we set, and just my abiding memory in the back, of course, in those days, 2000 and late 2000s, you could smoke and everything else, was that I think it was Anton and Simon were in the back seats of the car, and all you could do is psst, as a beer can opened, and all you could get was the waft of smoke as they were smoking. I mean, they just drunk themselves into oblivion all weekend, but had a whale of a time. But clearly can't remember anything, or even less than I can remember of the weekend, which was. But it's one of those moments in life that you tend to live through people's photographs and Facebook posts, etc. And clearly, I was having a great time, as we all were.
It was great to go. Yeah, brilliant experience. Yeah. And apparently there was some car racing at the same time.
But I think Le Mans has got culturally to a degree, whereas it's as much a social event as it is a sporting event. Yeah. And if you're into cars and into a good time, then there's no better place. I think the weather from memory, I don't know, it could have chucked it down all weekend from what I can remember. I don't believe
it did. I think the weather was nice all the time.
I remember getting so frustrated trying to take the tent down that I just left it there.
I remember that.
It just, number one, there was no way I was going to take it down. Number two, if I did, there was no way I was going to get it in the bag. And number three, if I could, by the time I looked at the car and we'd packed it so badly that there was no way I was going to. So sod it, that can stay in France. Yeah, but fun.
I wonder how many people have the same idea when they're leaving.
Well, it was like, I remember I think it was the Monday or the Tuesday morning.
We left on the Monday, because a lot of people leave Sunday night, don't they? But we decided to miss the traffic, go Monday morning.
It was like, I remember waking up, and I deliberately on the Sunday night started to stay off the beer a bit because I knew I was driving back. Yeah. And I remember waking up, having had a reasonable night's sleep, unzipping the tent, sticking my head out, and it was like some battle of some
it's apocalyptic.
Yeah, First World War army scene, where there's kind of like smoke rising up from people who set fire to the tents and everything else. It was kind of like some weird, surreal
And then there'd be the local French driving through in the vans, trying to procure anything that was left behind. That tent looks all right. We'll have that. It is. It's like a post-apocalyptic scene.
It's fantastic, but it was a very, very long, painful, arduous journey on the way home.
That was one of those that took a week or two to recover from.
Yes,
definitely. But would we do it
good
again?
Fun.
Would we do it again? Of course we would.
Just when? When we going?
So we've done quite a few trips together now, haven't we? We do a car trip every year. I think, was it 2012 you first came on that?
I did the second one.
The first one was
2012, and then subsequently every year since.
Yes, we do that every June, and we've had some amazing adventures. I've been all over Europe.
But I think the
as far
thing
west as Portugal, down to Slovenia, Italy, everywhere in between.
Yeah, and it's just it's got to an occasion now, whereas we've done it with the same ostensibly the same group of guys.
So there's a certain
long.
core contingent. There's people come and go, but
you all become good mates, and kind of like you all know, and the cars change, and over the years the cars have got slightly better. I think it was Vauxhall Astras, and I think the first 2 or 3 years I did it in a Fiat Barchetta of all things.
Yeah.
I think you went in a Skoda Octavia or something. Was it?
I think it was a Skoda Superb, all tricked up. But
so the trip started. It wasn't necessary. It was about the occasion, the camaraderie, and the giggles, wasn't it? And then the cars get better, and the cars we do now are
like Ferraris, McLarens, Astons,
but it's great. It's and it's what car trip should be about. Car trip should be about. I think it's always about 3 things. It's about where you go, who you're with, and the thrill of doing it.
100%. Yeah. And I know I've discussed in the podcast previously with other people about it's the journey, it's not the destination, and it's the adventures you have along the way, and the people you're with, and the experiences. And quite often it's the things that go wrong that give you the memories to chat about.
It's the giggles and getting through it.
100%.
Yeah. And it's some of the stuff that we've done, and you'll be standing on top of this pass somewhere, looking at the mist dropping into the distance and stuff, and you just think, wow, it's good to be alive. It's fantastic.
I do at least once a trip, so I'll look around and go, I'm lucky to be here.
Yeah. We've had a few of those occasions.
We have. I'm a great believer in you make your own luck in life, and if you work hard enough, you can get lucky. I think we've both been lucky, and we get to do this quite often.
I think it was. Sorry to interrupt you, but I was met up with Anton just before Christmas, who went to school with and done the trip with.
This is the beer toothbrush,
the beer and the toothbrush
guy.
A lot of these trips with us. And he's, we were reciting some of the stories of the trips that we've been on, and some of the best memories were in that little Barchetta, which is a little MX-5 1800 front wheel drive, for heaven's sake, God forbid. But but it was just the exhilaration and freedom of ragging that up. The Stelvio Pass or whatever was just.
I remember you
electric.
doing. Is it the Gavia Pass that comes down from Bormio off the Stelvio?
Yeah.
Past that frozen lake.
Yeah.
And Anton was driving, and I think we were in front, and I can't remember what was in a Porsche or something, and Anton kept.
You were in Marty's Porsche.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you kept with us all the way down. Yeah. And we got to the end and mentioned something about there was a frozen lake with a cross with Jesus on the cross.
Yeah.
And we talked to it, and Anton was like, "No, didn't say that." And it was massive. You couldn't miss it. Did not say it at all, did he? He was so concentrated on the drive.
It was one of those moments. I remember looking across at him, and I remember this little car, and it was bouncing off the rev limiter, and I thought, heavens, he's going to blow this thing up. I need to tell him to calm down. I just looked, and he had this steely gaze that he was in the moment.
Yeah.
All he had was one hand on the steering wheel, one hand left-hand drive the other way, but one hand on the gear stick. His knuckles are white, and he was just going second, third, second, third, second, third, and I just thought, and it was just kind of like he's loving it. B, I don't want to distract because we could die, but he was absolutely loving it. Yes, exactly.
But that's the things you remember about these trips, isn't it? Absolutely
amazing memories.
Brilliant memories. A quick note: if you're looking for something to do this weekend, head to carevents.com and discover car events near you. That leads me on then to an SC UK trip we did at the end of last year. We were very pleased to be invited to be ambassadors on the Pyrenees trip.
Wow.
For SC UK. And I think that is the only word that sums it up.
Yeah.
An amazing trip. Absolutely second to none, organisational wise, thanks to the SC UK guys. Words can't describe how good it was, can they?
I think and I have reflected, and we've chatted over numerous beers about road trips, etc. And I think that that Pyrenees trip with SC UK DriveLife last year was great. I mean, we've done the Pyrenees on our previous road trips a couple of times, so we know the roads, know how good it is. But I think I think when you combine it to me, it really brought it back to those early days of the car trip we've done with friends, where it's about the camaraderie and doing things together. And over the years, that trip tends to say, people float off and you go in groups of 2 or 3. Whereas keeping together with everybody, getting to know people, the organisation was superb. The hotels we stayed at was brilliant. The media team, Harry. Was absolutely bob on, and some of the video clips and photographs, etc. Captured and just really encompassed the whole spirit of that trip so well.
Yeah.
But it was the people as well. Some of the characters that went on it, and the ability. People that didn't really know each other but had that common shared.
From all walks of life.
It was
it's just the demographic on that trip was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
And everybody got on like house on fire.
It was brilliant.
I think a lot of it was to do with me remembering people's names. Yeah. So just for you guys out there, I am terrible at remembering people's names that I've just met. And I made a massive concerted effort on this trip. I thought, right, I am going to remember everybody's names. So I made a little bit of a crib sheet before I went to spreadsheet, people's names, the partner's name, the car they're in, colour of it, just so I got a bit of a memory jogger. And by day 2, I said to you, I've nailed this. So impressed with myself. Yes, perfected it.
Well.
And I still say I did amazingly well.
So we were there, and we were very conscious that we felt honoured's the wrong word, but we're really pleased to be asked to be ambassadors for SC UK, and really put the effort in. And as Jim said, he made a list. He had this spreadsheet that he printed out, and he'd put the car and the names of people, and we were quizzing each other to make sure we get it right. And he was doing far better than me. I was kind of like cocking it up and stuff. But anyhow, I think it was day 2, wasn't it? Day 2. My first conscious memory was there was a guy that went, and we may have changed the names here for people's personal confidentiality, etc. May have done. But anyhow, we stopped at a coffee stop sometime, and you shouted out, you said, "Are you okay, Darren? Are you coming back with us?" In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, he's not called Darren. But anyhow, the guy turned around and kind of like waved and said, "Yeah, I'll see you back at the hotel." So anyhow, we were staying at Camp Frank, weren't we? I think. Was it Camp Frank?
We did stay at Camp Frank.
That evening.
That particular day, I'm not
sure. And I remember we'd gone for a beer, and then Darren had turned up for a beer, and kind of like you were calling him Darren, and he was responding. I was
in the hotel bar.
In the hotel bar.
Yes,
and I was thinking, he's not called Darren. But anyhow, he was responding, so clearly I must be wrong. He is called Darren. So we sat down, had dinner, and Darren was on the table along with Sean and various others and stuff there, and regaling stories of the day, etc. And Jim was going, "Oh yes, and remember that, Darren?" And Darren would go, and then Sean would turn around and say, "Yes, Brendan." And I'm thinking, I thought I was right. His name's not Darren, it's Brendan. And then I whispered over to Jim and I said, Jim, his name's not Darren, it's Brendan. "No, it's not, it's Darren."
I'm still adamant.
So now I turn around to Brendan Darren and turn around and say, "But your name's Brendan, not Darren." And Jim goes, "No, it's not." And yeah, his name was Brendan, but he did respond to Darren. And I was saying to...
Sorry, apologies, Brendan, if you're listening. You'll always be Darren in my book.
I was saying to Brendan Darren earlier on, I said, "But you were responding to it." He said, "Well, he'd been calling me Darren all day. It was just easier to acknowledge him." So, anyhow, but yes, yeah.
They're the things you remember.
Absolutely.
But yeah, as we said, that trip was just phenomenal.
It was awesome. I think and it really the spirit of it and the people and the getting together and some of the characters and the cars were phenomenal.
There were some phenomenal cars, man. We had Lamborghinis, Starato, phenomenal thing. Yeah, we had a 765 LT McLaren, Darren, that was stunning. We had the DriveLife
GT3 Manti.
Yes, with the GT3 Manti, a 2 Porsche Turbo S's, as well as a
600, 600 LT, wasn't it?
600 LT, 720, 1 720, 2 720.
2 720s, 2 720. I mean, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts.
And if you guys want to have a watch of the video, it is on YouTube. If you look under DriveLife on YouTube, you'll find that on there. Superb video. Thank you guys.
The video is superb, and whenever I get the chance, it's showing people. I had a very close friend who came and stayed this weekend and showed him the video, and I think the video, brilliant as it is, and it is fantastic. to experience it firsthand and be there was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, the video encapsulates it, but
The video is
doesn't
amazing.
do it.
The trip is another step up from that.
I mean, you remember that Andorra, the dawn run we did for the sunrise over Andorra.
Yeah, so funnily enough, I was talking about this on a previous podcast. It was an early start. It was a 5 o'clock out of bed. We were on the road at 5:30, and we drove up to the highest point in Andorra, and we waited for the sun to come up, and our media crew, thanks Harry, took some amazing footage that I've got on my desktop on my computer as the sun came up. Just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking.
Can I just say, viewers, this trip here, right? Okay, so we get to the top of Andorra, we get all the way up there, we have the pictures done. Really funny about the horse that sort of like took a little bit of attraction to Harry, didn't it?
Yeah,
but,
for you guys who don't know, Harry, our media guru, was flying a drone and he's concentrating on the screen, and there are just some random stray horses.
Wild ponies, aren't they?
Almost, big pony. It's a big pony.
Yeah.
Depends how close you are. Harry's busy flying the drone, and the horse just literally walked up, stuck its nose in as if to say, "Oh, what are you watching?" And
we
have got some pictures.
There's that great picture where the horse is right in the middle of the cars.
But
it was now this sums up my my very good friend and acquaintance Jim. Right, okay, so we stopped there and we'd gone up in our car, my car that we'd gone in the Alfa Romeo 4C, and I could see Jim chatting away to one of the guys, and this guy's got this absolutely stunning sort of like special colour green 765 LT.
So I had actually been in the passenger seat the previous day.
So anyhow, so all of a sudden, Jim's kind of like getting into my car, and then some conversation goes. He literally runs off so quick, doesn't even shut the door. By the time he's getting into the 7th. So I had to get out of my car, walk round the side, shut the door. It was almost Alec who? 4 foot where?
It's not every day you get offered to drive a 765 LT, so apologies, but I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
I know you.
And so would you.
And I wouldn't blame
you. Yeah. Thanks, Darren. That was, I'll never forget that. Thank you. Phenomenal car. But having said that, the 4C is a phenomenal car.
But I think in that sort of occasion, all those cars were just. I mean, the Lexus that went. I mean, God, that thing pedalled.
That was like watching a super yacht come up in your mirror.
Yeah, but it went though, didn't it? He
did a lot of things. So around the mountain pedal, I mean, the Alfa 4C is like on rails around the little windy roads, and you're looking in the mirror, and there's this thing looming up behind you. And there's this massive Lexus.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
they could pedal that car.
But
I
think all the cars. But I mean, it's a trip like that is some of the driving, some of the roads, and certainly in the Pyrenees with the roads being so quiet is absolutely fantastic. But some of the best shots, and I think Harry does encapsulate it on the videos, is where you get the cars in convoy, and they might know it's not stupid speeds, it's not breakneck speeds, but the sense of occasion and the scenery and the camaraderie of being together is just immense, and I think the video really nails that, which is good.
So just going back to the cars, the 4C obviously stands apart, has been probably the lightest car on the trip.
Well, it depends.
What? Until we get in it?
Until we get in it, yeah. We worked it out. I think I alluded to this on the last podcast I did, but I didn't name you. But the unknown friend that I mentioned is here. It's Jim. But if you put us two together, we're probably 200 plus kilos, 220, 240 maybe.
Yeah.
The car weighs 895 kilos.
And a tank of fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're basically a quarter of the weight of the car.
Yeah, you add some fuel and luggage. Yeah. We're about a third of the weight of the car, which is pretty ridiculous. But does it help round corners? I'm not sure.
It stinks. It's aero. That's what I'm sticking to. Anyway. Traction and aero. Yeah. But I mean,
it coped all right. It did okay, didn't it? Yeah, it did okay.
And I think it opened a few eyes as well. I know you had a quick go on it, didn't you, Harry? And certainly. Until you've experienced one, you don't appreciate how good they are.
I think it were, and you were dead right, Jim, doing it, because it is the Spider version, and of course with the roof off, it's incredibly noisy, and you can't hear yourself through it, let alone if you're ambassadoring and leading a group, etc. So Jim came up with this great ideas, from his past rallying days to put rally headphones on and have an intercom and everything in the car. And I must admit, there are some pictures. We look a right pair of whatsits, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you,
we've got these headphones on with the microphone.
I'll be honest with you, I gave up thinking, what bothered about what I looked like years ago.
But the thing is about it is the microphones were so sensitive. You could pick up people talking on the street.
Yeah.
And we were driving through one town, I can't remember what it was, and I remember, some expletive in English from somebody on the street saying, what do those two look like wearing?
Yeah. So, like you said, the microphones, if you got the window down, you can pick up conversation.
Yeah, they were great.
Walking past.
But they worked a treat.
They work a treat. And the other thing is, when we've got the two-way radios on convoy, obviously, you don't miss a radio call, which is really important. And, vice versa. When you call in on the radio, it's clear and it's rather than lots of wind noise and everything. So,
well, in the end, I just gave up and thought, we look cool.
Yeah, well, always. And I won't hear another word about it.
But no, it was great. I mean, there are so many memories of that show. I think from start to finish, it was just immense. From dropping the cars off to get transported over to flying over with the guys to meeting at that hotel in Pamplona. It was just perfect. I mean, it was organised unbelievably well.
Degree.
I think the coverage in the media, but just some of the memories. I mean, I always get it wrong, but Super Bagners,
the ski resort.
Just what a road that was.
Pyrenees, that's
that road we did with the Catalan Stelvio.
That's under Andorra. That's again, it's a very narrow road. I can't believe I'm giving all our secret roads away again. I do this every podcast. It literally is hairpin up the side of a mountain. Part of it is quite rough, so you have to go very steady through part of it. But the reward is the other half of it is.
The other half was superb, and then on the way back to the meet point, the sweeping A roads was
it's those big wide billiard table smooth 3-lane roads that sweep round the outskirts of the mountain. And I believe there were those couple of McLarens and a couple of Lambos.
There were a couple of McLarens, a couple of Lambos.
I think that was it.
Yeah, it was.
And what that drive will stick with me.
I've got some memory. You were driving at the time and looking in the mirror and just around some of the corners where you see the bright sky blue Lamborghini, the orange 600, the 765. I mean, it was just superb. I mean, it was brilliant.
Stuff for memories, but tick. Yeah, superb people, superb cars, superb venues. It's just. We're waxing lyrical. If you can, sign up.
Oh, recommend it. Yeah, totally.
100%.
Totally.
That leads me on to next year's trip. This year's trips.
This year's trips, yeah.
So we've got a few planned together. We've got some days out with SC UK, some DriveLife events that we'll be at, or quite a lot of DriveLife events we'll be at. But we are heading up the Highlands trip in Scotland in April, of which there is one place left. Always sold out trip every year. If you want to be on it, you better be quick. One place to go.
You went last year, didn't you?
I did go last year, and I went with Dave Hemingway, who you were saying on our podcast, in his beautiful 296 Ferrari. Very lucky to have her go in some other cars on the trip. Again, met some phenomenal people, great bunch of characters from all walks of life. Chat with a lot of them still. I know that trip will sell out. There is one place left if you want to be on it and be quick. So we're going to lead that this year.
Yep, great.
And a bit of a change of steed. We are going to use the DriveLife Mustang.
Oh, right, brilliant.
Which will be different.
Yep.
A lot more power, a lot bigger thing. At least we'll have
a lot more space.
Yeah, we can take more pants and more toothbrushes.
You get very adapted to being able to recycle.
There's a lot of washing of clothes goes on in hotel rooms. Because when you've got a 4C,
there's no
the luggage space is just non-existent.
No, indeed.
So we'd be able to take bags of everything.
I know. But the beauty is with the 4C, because the boot is right by the engine, then you can wash the engine heat dries. The engine heat dries them, so it's like a tumble dryer as well.
But a lot cheaper than your wife's tumble dryer. I won't go into that. She'll kill me. That's a whole other story. Indeed. So really looking forward to that Highlands trip. Again, there's a couple of little changes to the route for the better. We're missing out the Isle of Skye this year. It was a little bit menagerie last year. There was a road that was a bit, shall we say, suboptimal, I think is the Formula One term.
Yeah.
But, we learn, we adapt, and that trip will be phenomenal this year.
On a personal note, I can't wait. I mean, I've not, I seem to have done, quite a lot, bits in Ireland, but certainly Europe, Central Europe, as far as Slovenia, as far as Portugal, West and East, etc. But I've not.
You've not been north.
I've not been north. I've done Scotland, but I've never done a car trip in Scotland at all. So on a personal note, cannot wait.
Yeah,
really looking forward to that.
Some of the sites there are phenomenal.
I think you were last year. The weather was just it was cracking the flags all the way through, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hey, as it will be this year, promise.
So
don't hold me to it. Yeah, some of the sites. I know the hotels are second to none.
Looks amazing.
So again, can't wait for that.
Great.
A lot of repeat customers on that one again. So can't wait to see you guys and some newbies as well.
Brilliant.
So
good.
Really looking forward to that.
Right. Yeah, that'll be good.
And then we're also just on about the Dolomites earlier.
Yep.
We're going to do the Dolomites trip.
Yep.
In September.
Looking forward to that.
Back in your beautiful 4C. So again, we'll have to minimise our clothes selection.
I think wasn't it last time? I think we Jim in his organisational best had,
prowess, I think.
Had decided that we were all going to take soft bags so we could put the soft bags in, and we were going to have hard bags that we could put in the media car, weren't we?
Thank you, Harry.
And so anyhow, this went to pot after about 12 hours. Certainly with me, I didn't organise. So
the plan worked.
I ended up putting
the
car with Mark in the Mustang once, and then it ended up in the media car. And then every time I was
and you couldn't find your bag, and it's
like,
I can't go to bed. I need my bag. Where is it? It's in the car park. Which car park?
So I made sure any medicational stuff I had to have, I had with me. But I think the worst. I think 3 days I went wearing the same underwear.
I needed medication after spending a week with you trying to find bags.
You did get somewhat frustrated once, twice with me. I don't know why.
How hard is it to keep track of a bag?
Difficult, I'm telling you. There's this common joke, isn't there, about whoever I take? Because I have to admit, as a I may have some skills, but kind of like organisation when it comes to things like bags and clothing is not one of them. And lucky on this trip that we do with friends, then I'm lucky enough. Certainly, Anton, the guy I went to school with, he used to make sure that I had clean socks and clean underwear every day. It was like, he was absolutely perfect. You
were lost when you went with me.
You didn't do any of that. You know what I mean? I had to phone the wife and ask her where they are. Ellie, where'd you put my pants?
How she puts it with you, I do not. You are lucky. You're a lucky man, mate. How she puts it with you, I do not know. And Anton, what are you doing? He's a grown man.
Sorry, Chris Chapman's quite good as well now. Yeah.
You've got too many trip partners.
I know.
Trip wives.
Yeah.
Love
you all.
Yeah. Looking for your new favourite T-shirt or hoodie? Head to the DriveLife store and discover our range of automotive-inspired clothing. Use the link in the show notes below and use code podcast10 at checkout for 10% off. Dolomites trip in September. I believe there is also one space left on that.
Cannot wait for that. I mean, the Dolomites is one that we've touched on a few times on our other trip, but I've spent no time rather than kind of like passing through. I don't think we've even stayed in the Dolomites, have we?
Yes, we did. On
maybe one night.
Yeah, trip we did.
But no concentration. I mean, but looking, they've always fascinated me, I think, into, things like, the old James Bond films in Cortina and various other bits and pieces. But I think the scenery and the jagged nature of the Dolomites as opposed to the Alps.
I touched on this in a previous podcast. We were talking about the Dolomites, and I can't remember what I termed it now. I'm not very... is it a geologist that looks at rock? I'm not very rocky.
Just craggy.
Thanks. It's just different. Just a different backdrop, a different scenery.
Yeah.
And I mean, the roads are equally as good as a lot of places in the Alps. Really looking forward to it. But we're also going to do a trip in June there, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
You're going to 4C.
Yep.
I'm going with my brother-in-law, Ron, in his new 750. Can't wait for that. And we're a bit of a recce.
Yep. I think that's going to be great. I mean, I spoke to a few, twice you're going to the Dolomites twice in a year. But I think having the ability to sort of like, break the ice, so to speak, in May
Fine-tune
when
it
we
and-
go with the other trip. I think.
Last year I did the Pyrenees twice.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And trust me, it's as good second time, third, fourth time round.
I think it's going to be a great thing. I cannot wait for either trip. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
100%. Yeah. And we've got some new people on that
Brilliant.
one. So can't wait for that.
I think some old faces as well that came to the Pyrenees
definitely.
trip. So it'd be great to see.
And again, that was a trip as Supercar UK weren't going to run it. And it was thank you to certain members who said, look guys, we want a trip in September.
Brilliant.
What are we going to do?
And there's one space left.
There's one space left.
Oh, yeah.
So it just shows you. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So again, if you want to be on it, one space. If the spaces go, drop on the reserve list if you're interested. We do right up to the 11th hour occasionally get dropouts for whatever reason. I've said dropouts again. That's completely the wrong term. We don't have any dropouts on the trip.
Somebody with a hat, or a guitar.
It's not dropouts. People will pull out from the trip for various reasons. So,
but I do think when it comes to, I mean, if you're into cars, travelling, and experiences, then there is nothing better. And I think the beauty of the trip is whether you go with your partner, or other half, friend, whoever. But the organisation, I mean, to go on a trip like the Pyrenees trip last year, and that to be your first delve into European car trips, I mean, you don't really get much better, do you?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So seize the experience, really do, because you won't regret it.
I feel sorry for people who will come on a Supercar UK trip and they've never done any of the road trips before.
Yeah.
Because they probably never have better.
I agree in terms of the organisation.
Yeah,
the coverage.
It is at that higher level.
Yeah.
I think superb value for money for what you get from that trip. Genuinely, I feel sorry because you're not going to experience that.
Well, I think,
obviously, unless you do.
I think the value for money is a point. I think it is. I mean, I was talking to a really good friend of mine that he's more into road cycling than he is cars, but he's got a beautiful left arm. Yeah, well, again, acquaintance of many years. But we were talking about him, and he's really interested in doing a SCUK or DriveLife trip. And he was saying, but what about costs? And I was kind of like blanding the costs around, and he couldn't believe in terms of if it covers the route, the itinerary, the accommodation, and the food, etc. What actual good value it represents.
You break it down.
A lot more, a lot better than some of the cycling trips that he's done, and far more fun.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
did you ever see any of them smile?
Well, this is the point that we made to him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That he's cycled across northern India.
He actually pondered the question.
He did ponder the question and agreed. Yeah. Have you ever seen a cyclist smile?
Have you ever seen a road cyclist smile?
Especially not with hassle.
It's we're just putting it out there, guys. If anybody's actually got photographic evidence of seeing a road cyclist smile, then
it's like the collective name for a bunch of cyclists. Everybody says a peloton or whatever. No, it's an annoyance, an annoyance of cyclists. Anyhow, I've made loads of enemies now, so it is said in jest.
Moving on
it
swiftly.
Is said in jest.
We love you all, really. Yeah. Other events this year, DriveLife events, and we're down for quite a few of them, I believe.
We are, yeah.
So we're doing the Supercar weekend at Sywell.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. That's when is that? That is I've forgotten. Come back to me on that in a second. We'll come back to that. I'll let you look that up. We've got 16th, 17th of May. That is an event.
Well, that's the weekend before I go on the. So another road trip that I'm doing this year is we are venturing out. I think there's about 7, ranging from I think the earliest car is 1923 up until 1958 or something. It's about 7 of us heading into Rotterdam. So
that's it's a week's trip, is it?
No, we're 3 nights in. 3 nights on the mainland.
You're just going to what? Scarborough and back?
Hopefully.
If they get you that
If
far.
we get to the ferry, then I'll be great. I can push it off and at least it's made it. But that's going to be a whole different because we're going with partners. So
Whole new dynamic.
A whole new dynamic, yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
It's going to be fine.
I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, so we've got Elvington Speed Show coming up. We'll be there with SC UK DriveLife for that. We've got other...
There's a couple of runners. There's Blakey Ridge running,
Flamborough
Head.
Blakey Ridge run, Flamborough Head. We've got Oliver's Mount.
Yep.
Quite a few different runs with SC UK. And if you're interested, if you're not an SC UK member, get
And
on the
they're
website.
great. I mean, we did last year the Flamborough Head and Blakey Ridge, didn't we? I think, and they're great. Clearly they're synonymous or geographically located to the delightful North Yorkshire, but finish work a bit early and meet up at 6 o'clock or whatever, or 6:30, and have a couple of hours, and it's just an amazing way to spend a summer evening.
So with some great people, great cars.
Or the Flamborough Head tends to be a morning one.
Flamborough morning, yeah.
But great.
Yeah,
really
so
good.
there's lots of those. If you want to have a look on the website and come along on some of those.
Absolutely.
So what's the future holding for you?
Yeah, well, for me, it's kind of like, spend a few months kind of like dabbling, doing a bit of project work for, the chairman here, and bits and pieces for the Motorist. Bits and pieces, there we go, saying that again.
Go to.
Professionally, just starting to look for something to engage me. I think more in a basis of trying to save my marriage, if I'm honest, because
she's not seen you for a while, has she?
Yes, yeah. I think she prefers me as a working partner as opposed to a working from home partner. But there we go. But no, I think generally, I think car wise, the 4C's a keeper. The amount I went on and on and on when they launched them about having one day. So
I remember going to the
Auto
Italia show, and you saw one. You were you were like a little boy in the biggest sweet shop in the world.
So the thing is with that is, the guys at Alfa Works, they've done the stage one map on it, and Geo.
So they're down in
Royston, Cambridge.
Yeah, Cambridge.
Who specialise in 4Cs, but they can do all sorts of tricky stuff. A bit similar to what Nick does with Porsches, but 4Cs. Yeah. So talking to them about, turbo hybrid and other bits.
The next upgrade.
Yes.
How many? Was this fifth upgrade?
Probably.
If you're listening,
no. But yes, if I can get that up to 360, 370 brake, then I think that
it weighs 800 kilos. So you're getting it, obviously.
But I think elsewhere, I think it depends. I think at some stage I probably need to consolidate the stable a little bit, and I do still have that ongoing itch to get a Giulia QV, if I'm honest. But we'll still one day.
I know we've mentioned about one of your cars turning it into a track car at some point.
Yeah. Well, I've got the Giulietta. It's the 1750 TBI, but the manual, the older one, and doesn't stand me in it any money. And I think we could strip that out and have some fun with it. To be fair, that's been played. I think that's chucking out about 300 brakes, so it's been played with a bit.
Be all right,
that'd be good fun.
Throw that around Cadwell.
Absolutely. I think that'd be good. In it and the black, so it looks the part.
It's only you would think about the colour on a track car. So I'm not bothered what it looks like. As long as the tyres stick, I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll watch this space then. We'll wait for podcast number 3. Come back in.
You'll see.
Come back in 10 or 12 months' time and let us know where we're at and what we're doing. And
well, I think that'd be great to have a bit of fun with that car actually, because as I say, it's not standing me in anything, and it'd be good fun.
Well, funnily enough, I've been talking to another SC UK and DriveLife member who you know. About getting another track car. He's thinking of getting a Radical. So we could have a track day stable. And go have some fun.
But it'd be something nice to sort of like get the kids involved. Well, I say kids, I mean Charlie's 22 and Seb's 18, but get the boys involved in, and have a bit of fun, and much as we do with the marshalling and the rallying and stuff, to have a bit of family involvement.
That would be great to spend a bit of time with them and get them involved in it. Get their fuse, if you like, to get the petrol bug. Although I don't think it'll take much lighting, because they're halfway there already, aren't they?
You
touched them briefly on marshalling. So we But I've been involved in rallying years, as many of you know.
Although I did love that podcast with Dave, because I don't think it quite came across. I don't think either of you agreed on any particular date that you did any form of motorsport event.
I make dates up.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. That's all you need to know. All right. We met in a forest. Let's leave it there.
But indeterminable time, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? But, you know,
Dave definitely had more hair.
Did he? It's quite long now.
So Dave used to have a ponytail. I'll find you a photograph. Don't tell him.
I've known Dave for a number of years as well, by the way.
And I still made friends with him for some reason. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Yeah, just going back to the whole marshalling thing. So I started marshalling a lot of years ago, competed for many years, and now I feel like I should give something back. Now I don't compete anymore. Quite a few years ago now, I think, got you into marshalling, as well as a few other friends, and now going through your marshalling grades, and we get out on quite a few forest events and get cold and wet, but
it's
really enjoy it.
Again, it's great camaraderie, and there is that ability to think that you're giving something back, which of course you are, but it's great fun, and I'd thoroughly recommend to anybody, just, you know, get in touch with a local motorsport club. You know, you can do all the qualifications and training online, you know, get your certificate and go and help. I mean, it's great fun. It is cold. You know, you do feel like your feet are kind of like blocks of ice.
Well,
half the time.
as our good friend Indy, I
heated socks.
We've actually succumbed to this now, but we absolutely rinsed him. 18. Well, it was winter.
It was at the RAC, wasn't it?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
We absolutely rinsed him for wearing electrically heated socks.
All we wanted to do was go and push him in puddles to see whether we could short them out.
Yeah, electrocute him. What were we all wearing this year?
Yeah, heated socks.
Everybody electrically heated socks. But then he's stepped it up a level now.
He's got an electric gilet, hasn't he?
Electrically heated gilet.
Yeah. So we wanted to roll him in a puddle.
Very French.
But no, it's great fun. I mean, we've done the East Riding a couple of 2 or 3 years, and we've done we're doing the Riponian in a couple of weeks' time.
Track Rod, RAC.
Yeah. It's just really, really good fun, and you get close to the action. You know, you get the ability to, you know, observe it in a little bit more of a front-facing way, and it's just such good fun. And the smells, and it reminds me as a kid going to watch the RAC, as in the Lombard RAC with my dad in Mid Wales, and the noise. And I think we had Rich Milliner on one of the rally days here at the Motorist, and I remember talking to him, and he was saying, you know, the whole thing about rallying is kind of like, it's that 2 or 3 minutes where you hear the howl of the car for that sort of like 5 seconds, if you're lucky, of when it passes, to hear the howl for the next 2 or 3 minutes as it goes 100%. Onwards. And it's
I think I touched on the podcast I did with Dave Hemingway. The first time I heard a 6R4 coming through the forest in the dark, you could hear it from miles away, and then these lights.
The shimmy on the trees.
It's up on the back of my neck now thinking about it. And it'll just live with me forever.
Yeah.
The noise is just
incredible. A couple of years ago at the RSC where we were at I can't remember where we were, where the Stratos came through.
It was up in Scotland, wasn't it?
Oh, just the sound of this thing howling through the forest, and as I say, the whole blinding of the lights, but you see the shimmy on the trees was just
V6 Alfa, Ferrari engine, isn't it?
It's a Busso, I think.
Busso engine, sorry. I mean, that thing just screams. Thank you, Mr. Perez.
And picking out the nose when you get a BDA at 6.5, 7,000, 8,000 revs and stuff.
Play the guess the car. And to be fair, it's quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you feel it's BDA.
But
twin cam here.
We've had some great laughs. Standing there, putting the world to rights while watching rally cars come past.
Absolutely, and we've had barbecues, we've had steak sandwiches for lunch, we've had all sorts, but it's brilliant fun. And again, something certainly Seb's come along, my lad's come along a couple of times, and moans like hell, but loves it. Loves the occasion of seeing the cars and experiencing.
It's very very visceral experience. And but as Alec mentioned, if you want to get into it, contact a local motor club. Contact us here. I'll put you in touch with anybody you need to.
Or the MSUK website.
MSUK Motorsport UK website. the more the merrier, and you won't regret it. It's great times.
Totally.
And yeah, you do get very close to the action. Yeah, superb. So we are out marshalling on the Riponian Rally next weekend, I believe it is.
Yes, it will
Yeah,
be. Yeah.
up in Yorkshire.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
That'll be great. Probably cold and rainy and wet and snowy, but we won't
That's
have
all
any
part
other
of it,
weather.
and that's all part of
I
it.
can charge my heated socks up and
And act all very smug.
Yeah.
But you've got rechargeable ones.
I have got
mine
rechargeables.
Mine have got batteries.
oh, you need to buy properly.
I know. I'll have to have words. They were a present.
Well, I bought my own.
But then I think the East Riding, we both cocked updates.
We have, unfortunately, we can't go out on the East Riding,
Yeah,
can we?
which is a shame.
I'm away on a family break. And,
And I've
you know,
got tickets to England versus Ireland rugby.
Yeah, so I can't go to either, unfortunately. So, much as I'd love to go watch England Ireland at Twickenham.
But I said I've
I'd love to go watch rally cars.
couple of tickets to the local rugby club for England versus Ireland. Do you fancy it? Yeah. He was getting all very excited, and then got told very swift, sharp orders by Mrs. P that you've got your family holiday.
I seem to remember you doing that to me a few years ago as well.
No. I haven't done it. I can't help the fact that you can't control your diary, mate.
My wife booked a very, very nice holiday for us all, and I thoroughly enjoyed the holiday. It just so happened England were playing at Twickenham and you had tickets.
I try. That's what I can say. I do try.
Anyway, we're digressing onto rugby now. So, yeah. So, yeah, again, if you want to go marshalling, look it up. You'll have a whale of a time.
And Jay, there's a good camaraderie, isn't there? I mean, we've met some of the guys that frequent here, the Motorist.
And it's amazing. How there's a couple of lads in the Alpha Club.
Yeah, right. Daz.
Who we just bumped into in the forest. What
Yeah.
are you doing here? I didn't know you marshal. Yeah.
Oh, that was a very enjoyable half, 3/4 an hour talking about Alfa Romeos. It,
in a
remember
forest,
it well.
Yeah. With cold feet.
With cold
She didn't know
feet,
it, So what else have we got on in the summer? Anything coming up? Other than the SCUK things and our trip in June, I think we're a bit.
Yeah, but I think nicely when I was looking at trying to look at the family diary and I think virtually every month there's a trip or something happening, which is just fantastic. But I think also, it's just great in the summer. And, one thing we are blessed with, I'm going to say this dispassionately, but, of course, having the Motorist on our doorstep, of course, it's great
We're very lucky.
to roll the cars out and just pop for an hour or two and have some breakfast and see what's about. But just also the roads, some of the roads that we got around here. And, as you've been quoted,
Telling people.
quoted it saying the best roads in Europe on our doorstep, which, we are.
I'm sorry, I think I found it the best roads in the world.
It possibly was the best word. Yeah,
I'm still adamant about
big
that.
statement.
I'm still adamant.
And if you're into cars and you're lucky enough to have something that you can have a bit of fun with, then there's no better thing on a nice morning.
Get out there and enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been absolutely great chatting.
Thank you.
Great to see you again. Should we do it in another 10 or 12 months' time?
I think it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? I'm sure there'll be a few more adventures.
We'll have bought more heated garments. We'll have done a few more trips, and we can wax lyrical about whose name I've forgotten next time.
I can't wait for the next one.
Great chatting.
Great.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming in, mate.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
Quick thank you to the Motorist for hosting us as always. To find their calendar of car mates, events and quizzes, head to the link in the show notes below.